Hey everyone, I am doing some Friday afternoon yoga flow. It's gonna be like more of a recovery yoga with maybe some light weights added. I haven't decided yet. However, if you don't have them, it's no big deal. So we're gonna start out in a seated pose. You can start out in child's pose as well. So basically you are going to sit down, close your eyes, and get into the moment. You're gonna release everything that doesn't serve you, relaxing your shoulders, your upper back, any tension that lies within you. And you're gonna really focus on the here and now, focusing on your breath work, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Really focusing on here and now. You're going to breathe in, retain at the top, and release. While you're sitting here in this moment, just envision yourself sitting on the beach, feeling the sand beneath your toes, feeling the beach towel beneath you, hearing the waves crash in front of you, feeling the sun heating your back, feeling the light breeze as the ocean waves cross the shoreline, thinking about the baby crabs and the seashells and all of the rocks and the seaweed and everything that floats to the shore, envisioning yourself in this very moment, right here, right now, breathing in and breathing out, focusing on envisioning where you are. And as you breathe out, force the breath out the back of your throat like waves crashing. Focusing on right here at the beach, right now. And as you slowly ease yourself out of it, stretch your legs out behind in front of you and then lean over it. Just stretching out that lower back, really focusing on being where you are supposed to be right now, focusing on letting out any negative energy, focusing on being free, doing a reverse plank, just stretching out those arms. And then we're going to go into all fours. We're going to be on our knees with our hands down. We're going to do some cat-cows, look up toward the sky, and then tucking under, looking up, and then tucking under, and just really being one with this pose, feeling how your body feels right now. Take a physical exam of how you feel. How do you feel in this moment? Like, what areas are tight? Where is the tension stored? We're going to gaze up toward the sky, tucking our shoulder underneath, lifting our left hand up. This is threading the needle, and then reversing it and doing it on the other side. Left hand up, tucking it under, feeling the stretch in your lower back here. And then going back to some cat and cows and really being one with the moment. You're going to lift your left leg out behind, your right arm out in front, and just really hold the pose here. Feel the great union of opposites. Then go out to the side and just hold. You're just waking up your abs. And then back to center. Then you're going to lift your right leg out behind you, your left arm out in front, and then hold here in this moment. And then back down. And then just revert back to the cat and cow poses. Then you're going to do a mini bear. You're going to get on your toes, lift your knees above the ground, and just hold it here, doming out your shoulders, just holding here for a moment. Focusing on your breath work, focusing on being intentional with this moment. And then to a downward dog. You're going to walk out your feet, feeling the stretch in the back of your calves in this pose. Make sure you're stretching out your neck and your gaze is at your thighs or your belly button. You're going to walk to the center of the mat. I'm going to do a forward fold. It's going to be wide-legged, half lift, And then stand tall, gaze toward the sky, side bend to the right, feeling the stretch in your left side body, center side to the bend to the left. Clasp your hands behind your back, mini back bend, forward fold, feeling the stretch here, and then vinyasa, which is a tricep push-up. And then back to a downward dog. You're gonna walk it out. When you exhale, think of releasing any negativity, anything that doesn't serve you today in your body. From here, I'm going to lift my right leg up. I'm going to go into a half pigeon, bending this leg in front. It's not going to be completely parallel with your elbows or anything. You're just going to feel whatever your body feels in this half pigeon pose on the right side. And then if you reach behind, grab your left foot with your right hand. Feel the stretch in your left thigh. Sometimes this pose is a little bit hard and you might not be able to do it, but just feel that stretch there. And then we're going to do the same on the other side, left leg up, tucking it under, and just feeling the stretch on your left leg. Half pigeon on the left side. Releasing anything that doesn't serve us in this pose. Might need to flip my phone because it does say it's starting to overheat, so we shall see. And then back to a downward dog here. And then we're gonna walk our hands back to the back of the mat, forward fold, half lift, and then stand tall. You're gonna twist, wrap your right hand behind you, your left hand overhead, center, and then wrap to the left. And then just feel the stretch in your back. And then you're gonna do a mini back bend, forward fold, left hand toward the ground, right hand toward the sky, just feeling the stretch here. And then switching, left hand toward the sky, right hand toward the ground, and then a vinyasa. So I'm actually going to switch the phone to the other side. This way it doesn't overheat because it's in the shade. So I'm going to go back to downward dog from here. Releasing everything that doesn't serve you. You're going to have your right leg up. We're going to go back to this half pigeon pose here, leaning forward over it and just feeling the stretch in your hip area. And every time you do this, it's going to feel different on each side. Reach behind and grab it. And then you're going to lift your right leg up. You're going to step your right through, pivot and plant your left foot, lifting your right arm overhead, feeling the stretch. And then reverse warrior, lifting your right arm overhead to a triangle pose. Left hand toward the sky, gaze follows to a dragonfly twist. And then a vinyasa with your left leg lifted. Then we're going to do the same on the other side, leg high to the sky, stepping it through warrior one, reverse warrior, triangle pose, and then dragonfly twist. Left leg high with this vinyasa, back to a downward dog. Walking it out with either leg. I do realize I left out half pigeon on that side, so no worries. Yoga is a mind-body connection experience, so you listen to what your mind and your body are calling you to do. So from here, I'm going to lift my right leg high, tucking it under, fallen star, lifting my left hand toward the sky, and then back over, lifting my right leg up, stepping it through, crescent lunge, and then twist to the right, feeling that stretch. And then we're gonna do a pyramid pose. Our right leg is in front, leaning over your right foot. Then you're gonna put your right hand down into half moon, feeling the stretch. And if you really wanna challenge yourself, go ahead and grab your right ankle in this pose. And then we're gonna do those same poses on the other side after the vinyasa. Lifting the right leg high, fallen star, feeling the stretch on your left side body. And then back to lifting your left leg up high into crescent lunge, feeling the twist in our side body. And then I'm trying to think what I did next. I don't remember. So reverse warrior, a triangle pose. I think it was half moon. Left hand down, right hand toward the sky. Just feeling the stretch here in this pose. Each side feels different. And like I said, if you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and grasp your ankle here. And then back to a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. Just walking it out, just seeing where your breath is. Being right here, right now. In this moment, releasing what isn't intentional in your world right now. So then we're going to lift our right leg high. We're going to step it through. And we're going to do a reverse half moon. So left hand toward the ground, left leg up, right hand up. Try to look up toward your right hand, holding it here. And then we're going to stand up, cross our left leg over our right knee. Temple dancer, we're going to twist to the right. Lift our left leg out to the side, Padangusthasana B. Grabbing our left leg behind to go to dancer pose. It's kind of hard to do it on vertical planks, but basically, you're going to lift your left leg up behind you. Lean forward as far as you can go, feeling the stretch in your thigh area, and then standing split. You can do a vinyasa or go right to downward dog. Left leg up, stepping it through. And we're going to do a half moon, reverse half moon. You're going to lift your left hand toward the sky, feeling the stretch, union of opposites. Each side feels different. And then crossing our leg over, twisting to do temple dancer. Just hold it here if this side feels like it needs it more. Reaching our left leg, our right leg out to the side for Padangusthasana B. Holding it here, hold, hold, hold. And then reverse, grabbing your foot for dancer pose and leaning behind you. And then standing split to a vinyasa. And then back to downward dog. Just walking it out. From here, we're going to jump into an inversion. So whatever your body or your mind is calling you, you can go into a Malasana Yogi squat and just stay here instead if that's more intentional. Either way works. I always feel like inversions are incredible. So ways to stretch out your legs and just reverse blood flow. Oh. And just slowly come down. So there was a time where I couldn't do an inversion, so I would take a lot of time practicing doing tripods or crow pose. And crow pose is basically where you put your hands firmly on the ground. You're gonna lift your knees up off the back of your hands and then just lift your head up and see how far you can go, and then just lift one leg up over another. Everybody starts out at the beginning somehow. some way. And a lot of times the inversion is just core strength. So don't think that you can't do it at one point, because everybody starts out somewhere. So just be like intentional and know that you can. And then we're just going to go to a wide-legged child's pose here, and just really giving yourself a few moments of breath. And then you can sit up and do kind of like a baby cobra, but it's like a cobra coming out of a child's pose. And stretch each leg out behind you. And we are going to go back into a downward dog, making sure you're intentional about stretching out your neck. And we're going to add some free weights in. You're going to do it's kind of like an airplane pose. So I'm going to start out with our right foot down, our left leg behind you. You're going to tuck it in, stretch both out. So come in, then out. And you really want to make sure you're focusing on your ankle strength and just taking it slow and feeling the pose. You don't want to rush through it. I'm going to try to do 8 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then you're going to switch sides and do it on the other side. So 1, 2. Obviously, one side's going to be stronger than the other. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just take a break and go to Malasana Yogi Squat. And just focus on your breath work and your breathing. And then go back to a downward dog. Releasing all of the hot breath you created out your mouth like waves crashing. Refocusing on your breath work. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bridge pose. So bridge pose is basically where you're going to lift your hips up and your lower back. You're just going to hold it here. It's stretching out your lower back area. So just focus on that. You can even clasp your hands behind. Make sure you don't sink your hips into that. Just hold it here for a few moments. And if you want to release and do full wheel, go ahead. So you're going to reverse, do full wheel, and you're going to feel this stretch in your upper and lower back. Feeling it, feeling it. You can stay on your tippy toes as well, just to feel how incredible it is in that pose. Then we're going to go back to seated pose, just regaining our breath work. Just breathing in, refocusing on here and now. Then we're going to go into some yin postures. So right now what you're going to want to do is we're gonna start into a broken wing pose. So with the broken wing pose, you're gonna put your, go to one side of the mat, and you're gonna wanna put your right hand out flat on the ground. You're looking toward the left, and you're gonna basically roll over, connect your left hand toward your back if you can bend it, and keep your left leg like a kickstand. And just hold it here. You're stretching out this shoulder area. And you're just basically being one in the moment. Letting your breath work get down and just really focusing on being present in this moment. And then we're gonna roll over, releasing this one, and then we're gonna do it on the other side. So basically your left hand is out. You're gonna roll over, feeling the stretch. One side is gonna be tighter than the other. Do not let that deter you, as long as it isn't creating pain in your body. And your right foot is like a kickstand. This stretch is so good if you have shoulder tensions, shoulder pain. Just really regenerating new blood flow to that area. It's reintroducing it after you roll back over. So be self-aware of that. And you'll notice your breathing has gone down. And so you're gonna roll back over onto your stomach. I'm gonna basically do some floor bows right here just to strengthen my upper back, focusing on that right now. So I'm gonna hold it here in the floor bow for a few moments and just be intentional about knowing that your upper back is getting strengthened. You know, a lot of times we sit and we look at the computer all day and the upper back doesn't get as much muscle mobility. So it's this pose, this Superman, and the upper back one is so important for that. So then we're gonna sit back up and we're gonna do a deer pose, tucking your right leg in, your left leg out behind you, and you're gonna lean over this pose here. And it's gonna feel a little tight if you have tight hips, because tension is stored in your hip area, whether you believe it or not. And I think a lot of us forget that we store so much tightness from things we have not forgiven, forgotten, or let go into this world in our body. And you can really feel it sometimes when you go through yoga and you do the poses, because the tension will be held within certain areas of it. So it's important to release it, to let your body flow. And I think that's what yoga really introduces, is showing you that it's important to let go of things that don't serve us. We can feel it in our body as we go through each move, how it feels, why it feels a certain way. Might be that we need to release something. Maybe an old memory pops up while we're doing the yoga, and we're going to release from this pose and do it on the other side. And the old memory will just linger in our mind while we go through it, tucking our left leg and our right leg out. And this old memory will tell us exactly, it'll remind us, remember that time that this happened, but not setting it free to the wild is only harming you. So you want to make sure that you are not really harming yourself doing that, because that's essentially what can happen. So this deer pose on the other side, like I said, each side is going to be different, is going to feel great. So just really be in the pose, focusing on breathing in and out. Just really being intentional. And when you're intentional, things happen more clear than you would ever want. You have more clarity. So I'm going in to do an open book here, this butterfly pose here. Just going to lean back and forth, just stretching out my hip area, just getting some movement in and focusing on it. And then I'm just going to do a forward fold over straight legs here. And just focusing on being in Shavasana, breathing in, holding, and release. You'll notice the more you get into the pose, the more you focus on your breath work, the more you will flow into it, the more you will feel the pose sinking into your body, the more you will feel your muscles relax, and the more you will know that you are freeing yourself and you are letting it be, letting it go, and being really one with yourself. I think a lot of times we forget that we need to release some things to make room to see the goodness, to appreciate, to not take for granted, to appreciate and use gratitude in our daily life. And if we don't release this negative energy, it does not serve us well long term. So I would say that being intentional is important, and knowing when to let go and not hold on to things. So be self-aware. Anyways, you're going to lean back up. You're going to do a reverse plank real quick. And then that concludes my yoga recovery session for today. I really appreciate y'all joining. And if you want to follow me on YouTube or other sites as well, feel free. And namaste.